Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On behalf of the Chananda Cultural Society, I'd like to welcome you. Today is May 7th, the Sunday. Beautiful day outside in New Delhi. Uh, kind of warm, but not very hot. Kind of humid, but not very humid. So I think it rained a few days ago, but everything has calmed down, cooled down a little bit. So we are ready today for our another round number 9 of the mastering the qualities of the Ruby Ray. Today we have another very exciting bouquet, so to speak, of light with Ascended Lady Master Kuan Yin that you will love to hear about her. I know you have heard about her, you know about it, but we are going to be looking at her from the perspective of the Ruby Ray art that we want to all embody, that we all want to aspire, all that all you want to have in us also through the help of Lady Master Kuan Yin. So first things first, like to ask Jay to please play an invocation. We can have the presence of our Guru, our Gurus, and our Higher Self, our Holy Spirit, all the Master with us. So all yours, Jay. I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined, and I will be pausing and welcoming you as we move on. On behalf of the Chananda Culture Society, welcome Kinshi ji, Rajkumari ji, Gary, my friend from America, welcome. Sarika ji, welcome. JP Saab, welcome. Rita Lamba ji, welcome. And Belinda ji, welcome. As I said earlier, today we'll be talking about Kuan Yin from the Lady Master Kuan Yin, by the way, who is the goddess of mercy and forgiveness. Mercy and forgiveness, both they go hand in hand. Please make a note of that. Sometimes we think of mercy alone and sometimes we think of forgiveness alone. But there is no forgiveness without mercy and there is no mercy without forgiveness. And that we apply to ourselves, So we are coming today with our begging bowl, so to speak, as a mendicant before the goddess of mercy, our sister, our mother, our mentor, our guru, our whatever name you want to call about Bodhisattva on Yin. But before you go there, day before yesterday, today is Sunday. Day before yesterday was Friday. Friday was the very special day. If our organization, Summit Lighthouse, it is a very special day. Because our organization was founded on the pillars of two masters, so to speak. There are many, many masters, but I say that one is Ascended Master Jesus Christ, and second is Ascended Master Gautama Buddha. One brings the teaching of how to become the Christ in ourselves, the God self, the real self, and other one brings the teaching of the illumination, and how to surrender that Christ self, the teaching that we become, and then move on to give that away, whatever we have learned, and so we can become greater and greater and greater. And that is the quality of the Buddha. That we all ascended masters are, by the way, Buddhas. Sometimes we don't want to think like that. So is Krishna, so is Gautama Buddha, so is Jesus Christ, so is Vishnu ji and Ganesh ji, and you name it. So all the masters, we think like that. Sometimes we get caught up in the realm of religion. Oh, I am this religion. I don't believe in that religion, and that is our human doctrine and dogma that keeps us bound, keeps us even enslaved, if I can use that word, to our own limited thinking, and not allow us to rise up higher. So today, we're going to be Gautama Buddha had 3 important days or dates on the same day of Guru Purnima, we call it. So on Guru Purnima, which comes in different dates on the month of May, he was born and he got his illumination, enlightenment, and he also made his ascension, moksha, on the same day and the full moon. And so I think I would like to really, before I go there, I found something from the TSL Encyclopedia, a paragraph, a small paragraph. I'm not going to go into detail about it. Jay, can you please display that small paragraph that I sent you on the word? I want to go over that paragraph with you, all of you, including myself. That applies to not only to Gautama Buddha, when that happens, when you become enlightened, when Gautama become enlightened, that's what happened. And that happens to all of you. I want you to know that. Sometimes we look at a guru and say, well, he was special. Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm different. I'm low. I'm this. I have karma. I have this. Oh, so had Gautama Buddha, by the way. So I would like to equality of the oneness with God. Equality is very important word. We are all equal in the eyes of God when we were created, and we are always still are. How the God ascended master behold us as equal, but it is our own human whatever impurity or human understanding or limited consciousness that separates us. Oh no, I cannot be like that. I am this way, and that is because of the karma and our density in this world, and food and astrology and everything else that makes us kind of limited in our thinking. So I'm going to read that. Just two paragraphs. Gautama attained enlightenment or the awakening during the night of the full day of the month of May, about the year 528 BC before Christ. His being was transformed and he became the Buddha. Now, this is please look, as I'm going to read that, please look at yourself. Not as Gautama Buddha, yes, as Gautama Buddha also, but at yourself becoming illumined step by step. Today, every second, in the future, in the past have been like this. So it is not something that happens. He was under both 349 days, but he also had Gautama Buddha had previous embodiments. He was working on the path little by little. So that particular day, we are talking about the month of May, the Purnima. This is what happened. It could happen to all of us. I'm going to read that. The event was of cosmic import. All created things filled the morning air with their rejoicing, and the earth quaked 6 ways with wonder. I wonder what are the 6 ways. I think maybe 6 direction or 6 elements. I don't know. I think it's something to ponder about. Okay, I'm going to continue. 10,000 galaxies shredded in awe as lotuses bloomed on every tree, turned the entire universe into court. A bouquet of flowers sent whirling through the air. Imagine this is you. Think of you, please, because Gautama Buddha had the same threefold flame. He had the same Christ self, higher self, whatever Atma, whatever word we want, Buddha self, seed of that, and he worked on that. And so this is a vision, our like all of us to unfold. When we are worried, when we are looking for healers outside, oh, I want to go to that healer, I want to go to that healer. We are looking for the permanent healing, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for the healing that is eternal in God's self, that once we had, we lost it. Now we are on the way home. So sometimes we go to the healer temporary, oh, please do a prayer for me, please send me a healing through this way and that way. And we send a lot of money here and there. And I must allow me to say that there are a lot of people, so-called false healers, they take advantage of that. So there is a market, if I use that word also. So people where there is I may say that, there is a false gurus, there are false chelas. Where there are false chelas, there are false gurus. Law of supply and demand. You want to go to the true guru, your higher self. You want to be a true chela. Think of that. These are the words I want to impart to you as my fellow brothers and sisters. as my fellow coachelas, my fellow students working together. I'm one of you. I'm just sharing with you what couple of these words, that might be helpful. Here is another tidbit, you can say that. I heard from one of the dictation some time ago. I think maybe in 80s. I heard that, if I remember that, or 90s. It says that when a soul on the earth, any soul, your soul, my soul, and the soul is reunited. I'm saying reunited, not united. Reunited with the higher self, with the Atma. So the soul is Jivatma, and soul is reunited with Atma permanently. There is a whistle, there is a bell, there is a music that goes on in the heaven. And every ascended master, every angel, every great being, every Buddha, they hear that sound. The sound, the bell, the bell. As we have bell in the temples, as we have bell in the Buddhas, places where they worship, the sound, very sweet sound. And the sound signifies that someone on the earth has become reunited with the heart self. Call it the bride of the Christ, has become the bride of the Christ. So there is a rejoicing, there is a celebration in the heaven. That much import is that. So I think that what I just read about that highlighted word have some kind of connection with what what happens, I think, both ways, So this is a big event. It's a big event of the healing and the reuniting and the marriage, coming home and becoming one with God forevermore. So that is all I want to say. Let's go on back to something about Gautama Buddha. I want to celebrate a little bit more about Gautama Buddha. It's about 9 minute long, 9.5 minute long meditation of Gautama Buddha. It's a musical meditation. It starts, please ponder on the words. It is by Summit Lighthouse, the words, the music, the song. It starts with Gautama Buddha in his retreat in Shambhala, which you can visualize like that, although there is no time and space, Gautama Buddha is in your heart. But this is something for meditation. You can visualize as the music starts. He's in Shambhala, in a retreat. Shambhala is over the Gobi Desert, where the Gobi Desert, it's in, I think, Sahara or Gobi Desert in etheric retreat. And music starts, and Gautama Buddha starts his journey, and he comes into the heart of the Chela, you Chela, me Chela, and the music, and you become one with Gautama Buddha's heart. I found this from the YouTube. You can find it. I think it's called Hail Gautama Buddha if you want to go to YouTube, and you can find that music. Okay, Jay, all yours, my friend.
stillness of the flame of Shambhala. Peace in the name of Mother. I come with my light like the fabled one of old. Peace in the name of Mother. I come to the white fire cold. Peace in the name of Buddha. Peace in the name of Mother. With pink and blue and golden hue. Peace in the name of Buddha. Peace in the name of Mother. I come with the rod of energy, and I stand the Lord of the world, and I stand the Lord of the world. Om Buddha, Om Buddha, Om Stabat Mater, Om Stabat Mater, Om Buddha. I come with the rod of energy, with the mastery of the 5 secret rays, with the mastery of the 5 secret rays. Om Buddha, Om Buddha, Om Stabat Mater, Om Stabat Mater, Om Buddha. Buddha, I am with you, little children playing in the springtime. Buddha, Om Buddha, I am with you in the brooks that flow in forest and in sunshine. Mother, Om Mani Padme Hum. I am with you in the flow of the vast cosmos. I am Buddha. I come quietly, I come quietly, quietly, quietly. Enter now the threefold flame, the flame of Christ's renunciation. I am Buddha. I come quietly, I come quietly, quietly, quietly. The Lord is in His holy temple. The Lord is in His
That's very deep, very profound uh, meditation. I like to explain some of the words, that you might be thinking what those words mean. But in the meantime, Jeff, can you look in your lap in your mobile the meaning of Starboard, STABAT, Starboard matter, Om Starboard, and she says that Om Starboard matter. I like to explain that meaning. So a couple of things about these words of this. I'd like to welcome first of all. I think we have Renee ji, welcome. Sarika ji, welcome. Sukhvinder ji, welcome. And Vikram ji, welcome. A couple of things about this, about Gautama Buddha. He is a Lord of the world, meaning Lord of the means he has one who has the highest attainment. Highest attainment towards what? Towards mother. Father is a spirit, and matter is a mother matter. So who has one who adores the mother most? We all do. We have also a balance for mother. But so we have to adore the God as the Father, as a spirit, as a Shiva, God as mother, as Parvati in us, this matter body. Body is matter body. So that is the balance, the one who has the highest attainment or devotion towards the mother, God as mother, becomes the Lord of the world. So Gautama Buddha is the Lord of the planet Earth. He holds a threefold flame like we all have a threefold flame. And he holds it, so he's aware of everyone's aura around, everyone thought, everyone. Not, everyone means every human being, every elemental, everything that has life. He's aware of that, second by second, moment by moment, what's going on. And he sends comfort and joy and understanding and everything else to that. Many of us have lost our threefold flame, burning of our threefold flame in anger. When we are angry, we can extinguish our threefold flame. Please know that. So that's why anger is not good. When people become very angry, we just become in the rage, we call it. The threefold flame is extinguished. So he has, as a mercy, as a compassion, as a quality of the ruby ray we are talking about. He has reignited the threefold flame many times. So we want to know that. So this one more connection with Gautama Buddha, because he knows everything and he knows that we are sometimes ignorant, but we don't want to do that, don't want to turn in that way. That's why we will be talking about today, about mercy and forgiveness and with the Kuan Yin. So a couple of other words he said that I come quietly. Quietly means in peaceful, harmonious. When we are harmonious, we are quiet, peaceful. That's when we become one with our higher self, then become attuned with our higher self. That's when we feel the presence of everything around us, spiritually, that we do, and then materially, and everything else like a Buddha. Another thing was that Christ renunciation. I'm come for the Christ renunciation. There are 7 rays. We talked about that. 7 rays of 7 different colors. Major rays we call them. Then there are 5 secret rays, which is talk about the Buddha. The 5 secret rays are about the Buddha qualities. They are little more advanced. So when we master this, when our soul masters those 7 rays, we become master of that. Then we have to renunciate that. We have to give it away in such selflessness, service, surrender. We talk about and service, sacrifice. We talk about those things in the Ruby Ray. You have to give it away, non-attachment, because this is a path. A lot of people say, "Oh no, this is me." Human ego comes, even pride comes, attachment comes. I wrote so many books. I have this my knowledge. Talk about Raman. Many times. It comes very subtly. It comes very subtly. Sometimes those feelings like that. We have to let it go. You call it, मेरा मुझ में कुछ नहीं है, जो कुछ है सो तेरा, तेरा तुझको सौंपते क्या लागे है मेरा. This is very famous. I think it's one of the saint wrote that in Hindi. So those are the things that I wanted to mention. That did you find, my friend, the meaning of Stabat Mater?
Standing mother.
Anji?
Standing mother.
Let me turn my volume a little bit down. I think it comes a little bit. 1 second. Now, one more time, my friend.
Standing mother.
Standing mother.
Yeah.
Standing, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
referring to Mother Mary or Kuan Yin in the event of crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
Okay. Standing mother. Is that correct? I heard.
Yes.
So what I understand the meaning of that is
Mater is mother and Satabat is standing.
okay. Thank you very much. So standing means I think I'm looking at the word why they use the word standing. Why not sitting? Standing means in the it's somebody to receive that gift from you. Standing from starboard matter. Everything is transit. I think I'm looking at that way as a transit state, as standing. Moving. So don't want to get attached to that. So Om starboard matter. You heard that word many times. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Matter, M-A-T-E-R, is a Latin word. It came from the word mat. It's called mater. But matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, became from that. Matter is, of course, a physical thing. Our body is physical. So I think we are saying that we are giving, we are the transit, we are giving that thing to and moving on. So we are not being attached to, as yogis, never spend one night on the banks of the same night on the same on the on, I mean they do not. I was told that yogis do not spend the second night on the same place on the Ganges because they don't want to get attached. So you can say that's a standing, not getting attached to matter. Moving on. Anyway, so that was something. Now we're going to come to our main thing about the. Can we give the PowerPoint presentation, Jay, on the part 9? I want to introduce that because we have to keep our focus on that. We are moving on part 9 with Kuan Yin, and I want to come back to that. I want to talk about Kuan Yin a little bit more than come back to that presentation. So we have a continuity of where we are, in our journey of mastery of the Ruby Ray in our heart. Yeah, this is it. So this is part 9 of the mastering the qualities of the Ruby Ray. So let's go on to just for the sake of the refreshing, the first slide. What is the Ruby Ray? What is Ruby Ray? Okay, we know the ruby, pink color of love, which is gentle, soft, and soothing, and it imparts kindness to all. Well, that is, we know that, but that is something sometimes it gets caught up in that level of understanding. We never, oh, I know it, I don't need to know about that. Love is, but that is, my friend, relative love. Relative love, what is a relative love? When there is sometimes we love, sometimes we don't love. Sometimes we love and sometimes we hate the same person because we have not let go within ourselves the part that is hates others. We have that part in ourselves that is unkind, unloved within ourselves. And that is how we are looking at others, or the relative love. You want to, when you become into the Ruby Ray love arena, we become absolute, from relative to absolute. And it's a process. I want to share that with you. It doesn't happen overnight, but we need to know that how Lady Lady Master Kuan Yin is going to be helping us as we go to her, how she is helping, how she has become that, how she can help us. And second bullet, by comparison, ruby color is more concentrated than pink, and therefore it radiates the same qualities as pink color does, but in more intensity. What does that mean with more intensity? Means that as the impurities go away from the pink color that makes it pink, and becomes more ruby. So sometimes you can look at it that pink color has maybe some thing that is, the pink color has different shades also. It's not a one pink color, So you want to make as the impurities of that keeps us attached to not knowing that. I love so and so. I love you, mom. My Mother Day is coming up. We get cards, all over the world. I love you, mom. You're greatest mom. And Father Day is coming. I love you, dad. Greatest dad. Then Teachers Day comes. I love you, teacher. You're greatest teacher. Secretary's Day come. I love you, my teacher. My secretary. And but sometimes we don't go into the meaning of pink or ruby in that dialogue, in that statement. We just say that as a, if I may say that, just a, just a lip service, or sending a card, or or flowers, taking mom out to dinner or something, and that is it. And we go back to our routine again. I would like you to know we are the students of this Sunday Masters, and we need to be whole. We need to be healed. Say that word again and again because there is a culture, a so-called culture of going to healers. Oh, can you heal me this thing? Can you heal me that? Can you send me this thing on the phone? And even in, I may say that in Gurdwaras, I went to some of the Gurdwaras and people send money. It's like, they ask you to please read the book, on my behalf. I cannot come over there. So they send money and somebody reads it. That is what is that? To me, it's a dead ritual. That is, it's a so-called healing, but it's not a healing. It's like, you know, I don't consider that. Maybe other people consider it that way. But I think we get caught up in those kind of virtual, uh, synthetic or fake, I want to call that also. Modes of healing. And no one tells us. Everybody's doing that, but everybody's doing that. Well, that is not the answer. 98% of the people are living in mass consciousness, ladies and gentlemen. 98% are living in to follow the crowd. You know, do you want to be the crowd follower? You want to be a leader of this animals and teaching. Do you want to be a leader so others can know? And you want to be a ruby love is a part of becoming a leader. The third bullet is the ruby ray helps us to feel and discern the difference between the real and the unreal energies in and around us. First in and then around us. Please know that what we have is what we see in others. If we do not have it, we don't see that in others. The first thing to do is to look within ourselves. We have Lady Master Kuan Yin today. We have many, many masters who have the Rupi Ray. We talked about many masters in the past workshops. You can go to any masters. And why you have Wall of Flame, of course. Wall of Flame is the one that removes all the impurities from our heart. We have a heart meditation. We have so much we have. Someone told me the other day, we have a pain. We have painkillers. Painkillers is a master's teachings, tools, degrees, But people talk about the pain, not about the painkillers, because they're free. You go to some place where they give you, you spend so much money and, oh, I like this painkiller because I spent so much money. Well, as an master teaching, degrees, just you have to do that. Discipline yourself. Go to the master. And I believe, I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing you, even I'm going that far, they do work. But it requires some discipline and some resolution and something, well, I will do it. I'm sitting with you before you as one of your brothers, one of your fellow chelas, one of your whatever you want to call me. I am one of, like you, 45 years ago, I started my journey. And I went through some of the questions that you might be going through right now. It works, it's a process. It works day by day, day by day. You watch yourself, you observe yourself, you make a note of your shortcomings. You go to the master, you do those degrees, you write a letter to the master, you burn those letters, you tell them, but you have to be constant, ladies and gentlemen. We can be lukewarm. You either want to be hot, you want to be cold, You want to be hot, you want to go after the teaching, or you want to be cold, don't accept them. Don't be lukewarm. Oh, I don't feel like today. When did you last time? Oh, last month I did that. I don't think I have a time. Well, as you sow, so shall we reap. As you put, so shall we get result. Masters, angels are watching us. I'm just saying as a comfort play, not to make you feel guilty or burdensome. What we do, we are all have energies around us. Sometimes they make us feel burden, some and other way, and we forget it and this and that. But I think what I can share with you today is one thing, that observe yourself, please. When you are, make a list of your shortcomings, make a list of your strength, overcome your shortcoming with your strength. You have a strength. I have a strength. You have a shortcoming. I have a shortcoming. But we can overcome our shortcoming with our strength. That's how Master teaches. Anyway, so let's go on to the very last one. I think I think not very last one, but the middle where I put a slide on Kuan Yin. I want to go to her heart. I want to talk about her heart. Then I have a video from someone. Yeah, this is the one. Merciful heart of Kuan Yin. What is there in Kuan Yin's heart that we want to have? I mean, that is a question that I would ask. That is a question that we all ask. First bullet is mercy is a quality of love that smoothens the rough places of life. You know that. That heals the source of the etheric body. What is the source of the etheric body? Etheric body, we have four bodies. We have etheric body, which is the innermost in our being. Then we have the second body from the innermost outside, that is called the emotional body. Then we have the third body from the innermost, that is called the mental body. Then we have the I'm sorry, I'm going the other way around. Innermost is the etheric body. Then we have the emotional body. Then we have the mental body. Then we have the physical body. Physical body is outside. The physical body is outside. Then we have the mental body from outside in. Then we have the emotional body, and then we have the etheric body. So etheric body is inside. Physical body is outside. The other two bodies are inside the two. So etheric body, it puts the source. Etheric body contains our blueprint. Who we really ought to be, who we really are. It puts the dots, it puts the source, it puts the pain on it. And that's why we have to remove that pain. And that is, we want to make a note of that. If we have four bodies, not one body, and we have to remove those souls. And that is where the violet flame comes. And violet flame goes from the from the etheric, from the etheric to the mental, to the emotional, to the mental, and to the physical body. That's how the circle happens. I'm going to continue the third line. That mends the cleavages of mind and feelings. Mind is mental body, feelings is the emotional body. That clears away the debris of sin and sense of struggle before these manifest in the physical body as disease, decay, disintegration, and death. You see that? If we can stop something in the etheric body, well and good. If we can stop something in the mental body, thoughts, well and good. If we can stop it in the emotional body, feelings, well and good. Otherwise, it goes into the physical body as disease, decay, disintegration, and death. What is that? But mercy. So mercy is the quality we are going to be talking about. Mercy. Mercy, when you don't forgive, mercy is forgiveness. I think I'm going to talk about that in a different slide. Mercy to ourselves, forgiveness to ourselves. Mercy is the other word for forgiveness. Forgiveness is the other word for mercy. Mercy for ourselves first, then mercy for others. And that is something more than in theory. I think that we can talk about it. I can give you a lecture on it. If I don't understand, apply to myself, it becomes a medicine that is sitting there and I never took it. But I'm not going to get healed by not taking the medicine. Second bullet. Mercy is the strongest power in the universe. Did you know that? I did not know that. Mercy is the strongest power in the universe. Why? Because of the reason I told you. It can heal the four bodies, make you whole. Healing. Mercy is the healing agent. We have someone like Kuan Yin. We're going to be talking about Kuan Yin quite a bit today. We're going to be asking her, imploring her, praying her, as our mentor, as our sister, as our mother, as our guru, as everything that we will look at her today as our someone who can wish over, as our guide, hold our hand, put our hand in her hand, put our soul in her lap as a child. Kuan Yin. You see a picture of Kuan Yin with a child in her lap? That is you, your soul, in her lap. Third one. It is the power of the will of God. Wow. Will of God is Almoria's number one. Almoria accepts everyone. How I want to say that. No other Chauhan accepts any chela until you go through the Almoria, the will of God. He trains you the will of God. That's what they told. Almoria is the Chauhan of the first ray. There are 7 Chauhan. So Almoria, so mercy is the will of God. How? You might be thinking, how? Mercy is there. Will of God is there. When we do not have mercy, we are all the conditions I mentioned in the first bullet, we are afflicted by those conditions. We are not aligned with the will of God. We are complaining, we are blaming, we are this, we are that. So we are not washing ourselves clean with that flame of mercy, which is a violet flame. I did not mention that yet. We can wash ourselves with that. And we did not know, people did not know about violet flame as a flame of mercy, until very recently. So people were just saying mercy, forgiveness, mercy, forgiveness. They did not know that there is another antidote called violet flame, that brings mercy right away. With violet flame, so easily. So it is the power of the will of God that washes us clean to bring with the blue ray, will of God, becomes us totally aligned with that as a process. I'm saying that as a process, we can begin today. Last bullet, the power of mercy is the intensity of love. The power of mercy is the intensity of love that will dissolve all fear, doubt, and recalcitrance and rebellion within the race. Within the race means within the human race. I meant to say that within us, within all of us. So the power of mercy is intensity of love, which is a ruby love. Power of mercy. That's why I thought this will be something to talk about the ruby love as a Kuan Yin, as a mercy. So Jay, can we go back to my friends? I think there will be something that what I'm thinking. Let's play the song to 423 to Kuan Yin. It's about 2 minute long song. Then we can play that, I think, video. Then we can come back again to Kuan Yin, where I left off here. I think this song is very beautiful. It's a meditation song to Kuan Yin. I got it from the YouTube. You can also get it, song 423 to Kuan Yin. If you have difficulty, we can do something else, Jay. Hello? Thank you.
Goddess of mercy, lovely Kuan Yin, guiding us on our victory to win. God's great forgiveness, His mercy too, in love unceasing flow forth from you. We feel the power of Thy mercy flame. Through invocation, Thy love we claim. To wear out picture Thy great God power, raising the earth in this cosmic hour.
To mercy's temple there in Peking, in adoration praises we sing. Angels around with beauty divine, all those who serve in Thy holy shrine. Sisters of mercy, brothers of love, each one directing light from above. To bless Earth's children, set them all free, in the ascension, love's victory.
Kuan Yin, we love Thee, and in Thy name enfold all life in Thy mercy flame. Blessed by the fire of God's seventh ray, blaze through the earth, bring in the new day. Now elementals and angels too shall with all men acquaintance renew, as they then God's divine plan discern, heaven to earth shall once more return.
Thank you, Jay. We have another YouTube presentation by one of our members, and beautiful, about 13-minute long, 3 minute long. It's about Kuan Yin also. So I think that further ado, I think it is very basic the way she presents, this presentation on YouTube. You can find it on the YouTube. It's called 101, Teachings 101. So, Jay, can we have that one, please? After this one, we'll do a decree to Kuan Yin for mercy, word mercy. And I will talk about a little bit more about forgiveness, mercy and forgiveness. And then we and move on to the next thing that we have. Okay, Jay.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Ascended Masters 101, where we talk all about the awesome teachings of the Ascended Masters. Today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite Ascended Masters, the lovely Kuan Yin. If you're not familiar with who the Ascended Masters are, I invite you to watch the video on this channel called Who Are the Ascended Masters? So, Kuan Yin. If you think about Mary, the mother of Jesus, and how she is revered and cherished as the representation of mother in the Western world, then you're already on your way to understanding Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is revered as a mother figure that comes through the path of the Eastern tradition. She is known as the Buddhist Madonna. Kuan Yin is adored in Buddhism as the compassionate savioress and divine mediatrix, the merciful one who is intimately connected to and concerned with the daily lives of her devotees. Her devotees have a deep trust in her saving grace and in her power to heal. There are a lot of people who believe that even just saying her name will bring her instantly to the scene. Her devotees pray for her assistance and nurturing in every area of their lives, and altars devoted to Kuan Yin are found in homes, temples, and grottos all across the Far East. In fact, Kuan Yin was worshipped in China even before the advent of Buddhism. But Kuan Yin isn't just for the people in the Far East. Just like Mary, the mother of Jesus, she welcomes all of her children across the globe who come to her heart for healing and nurturing. What's interesting is that Kuan Yin is seen as both masculine and feminine. In her masculine form, she is known as Avalokitesvara. Another name for Kuan Yin is Guan Shi Yin, which means the one who regards, looks on, or hears the sounds of the world. Legend says that Kuan Yin was about to enter heaven, destined to become a Buddha, but then she paused on the threshold as she heard the cries of the world. Instead of entering the bliss of nirvana, she decided to take the bodhisattva vow and stay with the souls of planet Earth and the solar system until all other beings have been fully awakened and guided to their salvation. She's known as the Bodhisattva of Mercy, or the Goddess of Mercy, because she is so filled with mercy, compassion, and forgiveness. She has a ton to teach us about these qualities and how important they are to our spiritual progress. So Kuan Yin ascended thousands of years ago and lives in the heaven world, serving planet Earth through her Bodhisattva vow until all souls on planet Earth are free. She has a home of light known as an etheric retreat in the heaven world. Many Ascended Masters have etheric retreats which are placed strategically across the globe. These retreats are teeming centers of learning, spiritual activity, healing, refuge, etc. And each retreat has a unique design and purpose. Kuan Yin's retreat is called the Temple of Mercy and is in what is called the etheric plane over Peking or Beijing, China. The etheric plane is defined in the book The Masters and the Retreats as, quote, the highest plane in the dimension of matter, a plane that is as concrete and real as the physical plane, and even more so, but is experienced through the senses of the soul in a dimension and a consciousness beyond physical awareness. From her retreat, Kuan Yin ministers to the souls of humanity, that's you and me, and teaches us how to balance our karma and fulfill our divine plan, which is our mission in life. She teaches us to do this through loving service to life and by using the violet flame. If you are unfamiliar with the violet flame, after this, check out the video on this channel called The Violet Flame Explained. So Kuan Yin literally gave up moving onto higher levels in the heaven world in order to stay and hold your hand and to hold my hand and to hold your parents' hand and your child's hand until we make it home free to God through our own ascension, which is essentially our graduation ceremony from the schoolroom of earth. I personally can't think of any greater show of solidarity and support than that. When I think of God having my back, I think of Kuan Yin and of many other ascended masters who have made astounding personal sacrifices so that you and I can have the support that we need and a path to follow to make it back to God. So how can we connect with Kuan Yin and ask her to intercede in our lives? One of the most effective ways is by giving one or more of Kuan Yin's mantras. In a Summit University seminar about Kuan Yin, Elizabeth Clare Prophet spoke about Kuan Yin and her mantras. She said, mantras are keys to the heart of divine beings. Once you have a key that unlocks the door to the heart of Kuan Yin, you enter her entire being. A mantra that becomes your favorite, which you master, that you say and develop a momentum on, that mantra becomes the key to her allness. A mantra is for a specific condition. You can choose one that strikes you as being something that can fill an empty space in your life. And you make it your own until you feel your whole body filled with the light of Kuan Yin. In our conscious giving of the Kuan Yin mantras, there is a process whereby we assimilate God, absolute good. And the pressure of that absolute good is a power of transmutation in the not-self, in the absolute evil beneath. The Kuan Yin mantras also mold and soften the heart. They bring about balance and the qualities of care, compassion, and mercy. When you give these mantras, you are giving the salutation to the Divine Mother in you." End quote. In the same lecture, Elizabeth explained that according to the 25th chapter of the Lotus Sutra, Kuan Yin can appear in 33 different forms, depending on the type of being that needs to be saved. These are called the 33 manifestations of Kuan Yin. Each manifestation represents a quality of Kuan Yin and can be invoked by reciting the mantra that is associated with that manifestation. So, Kuan Yin has 33 different manifestations or ways of helping us, and each manifestation is invoked by reciting its mantra. In that same lecture, Elizabeth Clare Prophet explains, quote, "The 33 manifestations represent the 33 steps of initiation that you will pass through before you have your complete victory over the not-self. When we use these 33 mantras, we are calling for that particular quality and manifestation of Kuan Yin to be with us, to reinforce us. The recitation of each mantra endues us with her presence in that mode." End quote. She then went on to explain each manifestation in detail and how Kuan Yin can intercede in our lives through our giving of these mantras. I attended a replay of the seminar when I was a teenager, and I so love these concepts that I compiled the information into a set of meditation and study cards. I'd like to share 3 of them with you. The Chinese mantra is on the top, and the English phonetic pronunciation is right below it. In the middle of the card is the English translation, and at the bottom left is the number of the manifestation. On the right is a drawing of Kuan Yin in that manifestation. Sometimes a description of Kuan Yin is given, like Kuan Yin sitting on a dragon or Kuan Yin holding the lotus. Other times there's not a description, in which case I use creative license in the drawings. On the back of the card is a summary of how Kuan Yin intercedes for us through that manifestation. I'd like to introduce you to a couple of Kuan Yin's manifestations. This is number 17, Kuan Yin of Various Treasures. On the back it says, the name Kuan Yin, when recited in this mode, helps us to retain and safely seal within ourselves all our spiritual discoveries and treasures, no matter what moves against us in our pursuit of those treasures. This happens to me so often. I'll read something amazing in the Ascended Master's teachings and I'll think to myself, wow, if I really apply this in my life, I'll totally become a better person, or this will help me make so much spiritual progress. And then I'll forget it, or I'll forget to write it down, or my lower unreal self tries to keep me from anchoring the teaching in my consciousness and running with it. So this mantra is the perfect antidote for that. This one is number 30, Kuan Yin of Oneness. I feel like we really need this right now with our nation and our world being so divided. On the back it explains, this Kuan Yin is the antidote in times of war. It is the oneness of being one with God and in the Spirit. We triumph over the dangers of time and space by triumphing over duality. In this Kuan Yin of oneness, we find our true protection. So this is a good mantra to give when you're worried about the world and all the crazy things that are happening and you don't know what to do about it. Because bringing Kuan Yin to the scene is one of the best things you can do. This is number 32, Kuan Yin holding the lotus. On the back of the card, it explains, the concept of the holding of the lotus is the control of the lotus, or control of yourself, and the energies flowing through you. Holding on to the lotus is like holding power, wisdom, love, purity, light. And by this mantra, we also become Kuan Yin holding the lotus. I love this one because learning how to control your energies, your thoughts and feelings, and holding only positive states of being such as love and peace and purity are a huge part of what the Ascended Masters teach about what it takes to master time and space and make our own ascension. So this is an awesome mantra to invoke Kuan Yin's help with this, because we all know that mastering your thoughts and feelings is way easier said than done. There's an app version of the cards called Kuan Yin that's available on the Apple App Store. It includes the audio of each mantra so you can hear the pronunciation of each mantra. The audio is used with permission from the Summit Lighthouse and is taken from Kuan Yin's Crystal Rosary. This is a lovely, lovely rosary that is led by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, and it includes the recitation of all 33 of Kuan Yin's manifestations and their mantras, as well as beautiful songs to Kuan Yin. In the book Masters in Their Retreats, it says that Kuan Yin's Crystal Rosary is a powerful means of invoking her intercession, and you can really feel it. I think that's when I first fell in love with Kuan Yin. I was 7 years old, and my mom was hoping to introduce me to the feeling of love and light that comes from the science of the spoken word. So she set me up all cozy in her big bed with pillows, and there was a pretty statue of Kuan Yin on the altar in front of the bed. She turned on Kuan Yin's Crystal Rosary and left the room. And as I listened to the mantras, I was just lifted up into this wonderful, blissful state of adoration. I don't remember how much time passed, but when my mom opened the door to call me to dinner, the feeling lifted, and I remember being so disappointed that it was over. But she is an incredible Ascended Master whose entire mission is to help you and I figure out this thing called life on Earth, and she's going to stay right by our side until we figure that out. That just blows me away. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. I love talking with you about the teachings of the Ascended Masters. The next video coming up is a meditation in which we'll listen to the mantras for the 3 manifestations we just spoke about. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Madeline. That's Beautiful. They're coming. I'm looking at the watch. I want to make a comment on this. What we just please on our journey with Kuan Yin, please make Kuan Yin as your mentor, as your healer, as your whatever you want to call her. I think we have a decree we'll be giving. I mean, a very short decree for world mercy. We need mercy for the whole earth, for the planet, what is going on there, mercy for ourselves. But Kuan Yin is one thing that you want to remember that as Gwendolyn said that she was ready to become an ascended master. As all of us, we come to that point where we have a choice to, become ascended master. We have balanced our karma. We have done everything. The requirement of the law is fulfilled. She was ready to become a Sunday master. So there are certain good things that happen when you become a Sunday master. But there are not certain good things that if you choose not to become that, you stay with the people on the earth who are suffering. So you have to you don't receive those heavenly gifts. So she decided, she heard the cry of the people, your cry, my cry, everyone else cry, people suffering, and she was moved. And so I think she said, I will not become a Sunday master. So here comes what I want to say. Please ask Kuan Yin. Make Kuan Yin as a part of your life, part of your solution of your problems, that we are feeling. Ask her. We have a decrease to Wall of Flame, mercy, forgiveness. We have a Kuan Yin. We have a decrease 70.16, that law of forgiveness that we have been giving. I think for this month we have been giving those decrees. I send you those decrees that we have a Wall of Flame decree, mercy and forgiveness 70.16. Please give that, because that decree is for Kuan Yin. Mercy, Wall of Flame is Kuan Yin's presence. So that will bring you closer to Kuan Yin as the negativity dissolves and forgiveness comes to you within and without. Okay, Jay, can we have that last thing, the decree for, decree for word mercy? I think we want to give together, and then we come open up for the question and answers. So all of you can give with me together. This is decree 7.20. If you do not have a decree book, please ask Poonam, send you a decree book so you can give that decree also, on your own. Let's give it together. Oh, my very own beloved mighty I am present, Holy Christ self of all mankind. I call now to thee and to beloved Kuan Yin, goddess of mercy, beloved Saint Germain, Lord Moria L, Jesus, Mother Mary, the great divine director, our beloved Gautama, Lord of the world, beloved Guruma and Lanello, the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood and the world mother, elemental life, fire, air, water, and earth. We're going to do it one time and then 3 times. Flood the world by the power of the 3 times 3 and the power of the sacred fire with enough of the cosmic quality of mercy from the heart of God in the great central sun and the heart of beloved Helios and Vesta in our own dear sun to saturate the earth and all thereon, including myself, with more mercy than we will ever need until all are wholly ascended and free. Let this mercy be amplified without limit, expanding its service so as to free all from the power of every recalcitrant substance, thought, and manifestation, transmuting all life, human, elemental, and imprisoned angels, changing all into the illumined, invincible power of Christ's victory over every negative condition, which automatically raises all men into their own God-given state, and the full victory of the ascension. Melt, dissolve, and transmute daily all hate and hate creation, including the entire accumulation of human discord over the large cities of the world, mitigate the effects of mass karma, and restrain the reaction thereof by cosmic wisdom and mercy in perfect divine balance as an overcoming victory for all those whose hearts yearn for victory and recognize the power of their presence to sustain it without limit until all the world is God victorious, illumined, ascended, and forever free in the light. I'm going to do that and in full faith. Hope you remember that. Otherwise, you can go back to the degree book. And in full faith, I constantly accept this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly accept this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith, I constantly accept this manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and world enfolding, until all are wholly extended in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. So that is the portion of the service today. I have actually 4 brief announcements before I open up the question and answer. So please allow me to say that. First of all, today is May 7th. On Tuesday, May 9th, please tune to the slow volume flame decrease from 6 to 8 a.m. In the morning, we have beautiful decrease given with the, you don't need your degree book. You just have to be there. They are explained very beautifully and they are on the screen and they are visualization. So you can be there as long as you like, half an hour or more. Second announcement, May 17th, Lois will be presenting our third presentation on Odyssey of Your Soul. That's the third part from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That is the last session. You may want to make a note, reserve that date, that time. Next one, May 21st, which is today's 7th. Next one is May 14th, and the next one is May 21st. May 21st, the Sunday. I would like to give more time for the question and answer. I'd like to give you more time, maybe 45 minutes or an hour. Maybe have the time presentation, because many of you have asked questions that you have. Maybe we'll give more. Maybe prepare your questions, please. Ask more questions on May 21st presentation so we can have more time. You do not have to stay over time. So that is the May 21st. I will be going to America on May 24th. That is that week. So we'll be starting our on May 28th, which is the next Sunday. We'll be having a change of time from Indian time from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Right now we have a time from 10 to 11:30 a.m. in India. So I am changing the time so I can be up there in the morning, because we have a almost 11-hour time difference between here and where I am. Will be in Washington D.C. So I will be there in the morning, and you will be here in the evening from 4 to 5:30 p.m. So you can have the rest of the evening free Sunday, so you can go out with your family. So I will be keep announcing. The link will remain the same. Just the dates will be just from May 28th. I will be back on September 6th. So I'll take 2 weeks off when I'm there attending some functions there. But rest of the time, every Sunday we'll be continue that. I will be back in September. I'll let you know that we'll go back to the same time that we have right. So just for 3 months that I'm requesting you, please be with us. So adjust the timing, morning, evening, and we'll continue. So that's all I have. I think now we have opened up for the question and answer. Poonam, Jay, all yours.
जी सर.
Please raise your hands if you want to put, or maybe I'll keep an eye also. Also, if you see your hand. Now is the time to ask any question. I know some of you have been thinking of asking so many questions, and then we run over time. So I'll be happy to, whatever I know of, answer your question.
Jerry, you want to say something?
Anyone?
Linda.
Yeah. Anjay.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for this service. So I have a question. I've heard this before, and today it came so many times as well. The Buddha comes quietly. Can you just elaborate on that a little?
Yeah, very good question, Belinda ji. I often thought there's a book called Quietly Comes the Buddha. That is also very something like that I have in my bookshelf. Quietly Comes the Buddha. I often thought about quietly comes the Buddha. Why not Buddha comes, something like that, So I think when we are in we meditate, we do decrease. We go to hill stations, we go to mountains, we take vacation, we go to places sometime from the work, from the business, to be quiet. Give our mind a break, from the daily or the whatever call humdrums of life, So I think with the noise of the world, noise of the cities, noise of the families, if I may say that, sometimes make our bodies, our four lower bodies, get conditioned to become dense, So we don't hear the voice of our conscious. Our conscious is our Atma. Our Atma talks with us 24/7, all the time, moment by moment. Atma talks with Jivatma. Atma talks with soul. Higher self is Atma. Lower self is, you can call it, lower self is called sometimes lower mind also, but I'll call it lower self as soul in this context, We don't hear that word. So people go to the park, they go to the quiet places, they sit under a tree. When I go to park in the evening, in the morning, I want to hear the word of this, the whispering of this the wind. I don't hear that. I want to hear the sound of the birds chirping. I don't hear that sometimes. Because my mind is so much burdened or occupied by, noise outside on the road, the cars honking and, my phone was ringing and problems in my mind, So I'm not quiet. That's what I'm saying. My mind is not quiet. My mind is not quiet. Mind is not quiet means my emotions are not quiet. As I said earlier, mind has the arrows of thoughts that they send the arrows into the feeling world, into the emotions. Emotions get disturbed out of control, like a flood of the water dam breaks down, So all one arrow comes from the mind and it goes to break the flood of the dam, of the emotions, and then we have water everywhere. Emotion is energy in motion. Emotion, energy in motion. Thoughts are energy, not in motion, they are in control. At one place, like an arrow. Goes like that, from point A to point B. So my point is that going to the park, going to the places, listening to the music, classical music, not the rock and roll music, not the Bollywood music, not the drum music, because many musics are there, like rock concerts and all that. They bring the energies down. You want to listen to the music that raises energy up, That's why we have the Ravi Shankar's music, sitar, we have Western music. Not all the Western music, but some Western music that also raises the vibration, like we have a Wall Flame, Blue Danube. Blue Danube music is a Wall Flame music, and there is some other Beethoven's music, there's 9 symphonies, like that, and Myers, M-A-E-R, Myers, something like that. There are many good Western music that raises the 4-beat music, like tabla, right beat of tabla, there raises a vibration. Coming back to the word quiet. All these things I mentioned are really honing, preparing our mind to get quiet. Quiet. Observe yourself when you chant Om. Oh, not in a hurry, Om. Not looking at your watch doing Om. Not saying how many Oms I have done. Put the watch someplace else. Being quiet. Surrendering everything, time and becoming timeless, becoming spaceless, becoming quiet. And then when your mind is quiet, you will notice the emotions become quiet. Quiet. You feel that in your sound becomes quiet. Here is something I learned, that our consciousness is composed of 2 things, thoughts and feelings, all consciousness. my being. What is my consciousness? How my sound is being reflected. If I'm in a hurry, my sound is excited. I'm, my consciousness is not balanced. So when the thoughts and feelings are in balance, I am, and I manage that. I manage that thoughts first. Then I manage my conscious. So monitoring the feelings. I think Jay can talk about that a little bit more. We have some think putting our right hand on the solar plexus chakra, is a mantra given to us by Jesus. In the name of I am that I am, you can say that, peace be still. Peace be still. You are commanding to solar plexus chakra, the emotion. Peace be still. Peace be still. Peace be still. Peace be still. That's all you have to say. Peace be still. Who's saying that? Your higher self is saying that. Your Atma is saying that. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That's what you're saying. How do you control your thoughts? That is more important because thoughts is really. I tell myself when my thoughts are like this, I'm chanting Om. Of course, Om is a very good way to do that. We have in Hindu Dharam, we have this beautiful mantra, chanting Om. Om is very good. Om is bring the energies of the solar plexus and the mind into the heart. It lowers the energy like that to the heart, from the mind into the heart. There is the energy of the base of the spine into the heart. So Om they become that point of peacefulness. Also, there is a decree for the mind. I am the mind of God. There are some affirmation, but I will say that that hard head and hand decree, hard head and hand. Just the first portion, hard head and hand. I am the Father, Father, love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. The next, I am the hand of God in action. I am the hard head and hand. The three portions. Give that more than 3 times. More, just don't give the whole decrees. You do that. So we have many tools. Coming back to the point quiet. That will help you to gauge, to measure, monitor your quietness increasing. And then quietly comes the Buddha. And you feel that whatever do you from that point onward, you will, as the master comes in your heart, your guru comes in your heart, your aura changes.
Please press 1 to or 2 to deny entry.
So your presence, your aura will change, begin to change. You will feel the presence of I am that I am in your temple. Maybe the aura of the master comes in you. Everything becomes very, very peaceful. And that is the meaning of quietly comes the Buddha. And quietly comes the master. All the Buddhas, all the masters. You feel one with the presence of all the masters. And you can retain that, you can maintain that, you can increase that time span, you can increase it to next time to more longer period of time. Gauge yourself when you lose it. When you lose it, you said, do the forgiveness decree. God, I lost it. Please forgive me. Monitor yourself. That's what I'm doing. When I lose my connection, I said, I lost it. I need to do forgiveness decree. Why I lost it? So that is one way of also doing the forgiveness decree to myself. God, forgive me. I lost that connection, whiteness.
Thank you, thank you. So this music that you just recommended, if you could just share the links in the group or in the WhatsApp group, because I would like to have a playlist, because what you're saying is something I really crave for, and there are times I don't enjoy this Bollywood and other music anymore like I used to before, but then I feel like what can I listen to? So if you could share those links, or just like the names you've mentioned, then I'll search them, and I would like to create a playlist. Like I would love to listen to this music maybe and fall asleep, or when I'm waking up, because that's what I generally do. I listen to either the decrees and stuff. I tend to do that, but I would love to listen to this music as well, and maybe keep it in the home in the background. The Om chanting is something that also I do sometimes. So if you could share that, it would really be nice.
I'll put some of the music links, from YouTube on the Chananda prayer groups. Everyone
Yes,
can
please.
everyone can benefit.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much, sir. This was really beautiful. And what you're saying is so true. And I think there is so much of noise in the mind, if not around. So this, I like the solar plexus. Please be still. I do that sometimes, but keeping it hand because the emotions are, you're right, in the solar plexus. So that's a very good tip. Thank you for sharing, sir. Thank you so much.
राजकुमारी जी
हाँ जी सर, एक तो सर जो डिक्री हमने अभी करी है मर्सी कॉनियन की, उसमें एक वर्ड था इम्प्रिजन्ड एंजल्स, वो कौन है?
मैं कहने वाला था कि मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा डिग्री करने के बाद में इम्प्रिजन एंजल. I'm glad you picked up that. You know, we do not know that there are three, there are angels. Then there are fallen angels. I did not know that. Then there are
Yeah.
imprisoned angels. So imprisoned angels जो है ना वो है some of my understanding is that there are two kind of angels who got imprisoned by the dark forces. So dark forces, we cannot underestimate them. Dark forces जो हैं वो we have been told that we should not go to the places where even angels tread,
Fear to tread.
not to enter. I think we have the. So I think some of just for there are 33 levels of the astral plane below the heart. So Archangel Michael goes to the levels, but Archangel Michael also put his blue armor, shield of protection. He has his sword of blue flame. I don't know. I don't know. I think how often he goes to 33rd level all the way down, or how deep he goes. I do not know about that. But I think some of the angels, they get caught up by those dark forces. They attack. I have heard also that the dark forces attack the angels. I was in Montana. I was in California one time, and we were giving decrees for hours and hours, and it was almost midnight. Guru Ma was supposed to give a dictation, and she has not come yet. Then we were told that Guru Ma said a message, they keep on decreeing because the dictation cannot be given because there was so much energy or dark forces, they were preventing it. See that? I did not know that all these kind of things happen. So dark forces prevent that energy, the dictation to be released. So when you give decrees, that energy is removed. Then master can come and give dictation. So those are the things that I was not taught about. So God is all pervading. God can do everything. God. It is law of light and darkness that we are not told. We know the Danav and Devta, we know the story of that, but not at this level. We have been told, oh, Bhagwan se jo mango mil jayega. Everything is there. God is all powering. God will stop the war. God will not let happen the war. All those kind of things that So when you go to the micro level of understanding, so these angels, they got imprisoned because some of the things I think they by the dark forces, they got imprisoned. Something that they are also angels is evolution of angels. They do not, they do not. There's Archangel Michael has a wife. He has a name is Faith. They have a son called Micah, Angel Micah. I do not anything more than that. So there's evolution of angels also that they learn. Like birds. Like human babies. They grow up. So they you see the birds, they when they grow up, how the big hawks, they're flying on the sky and watching, that's what they prey. So I think these kind of things that, same thing in the jungle, see that how the cubs are protected by their mother, and all this kind of things, and elephant and babies are protected by their mom. All the things, when you put in perspective, these angels, they got imprisoned by dark forces. And when we call them for their freedom, so are the elementals also got imprisoned. Elementals are imprisoned because of black magicians. We know that they also got imprisoned. When you give the olive flame decrees, we free them. When you give those decrees to Mati Astaya, decrees for the free the angels and elementals and all the human beings. So there is so much more things, knowledge that is being shared by the master that people do not know that, and they will know. They knew in the golden ages in the past. Then this knowledge went away because Kali Yuga came. The knowledge was not, it's known by people, but very few people, I would say that. This knowledge is being, those who will believe that, those who want to know that, those who want to do something about it. It's being given in,
सर कॉनियन मदर कॉनियन के कुछ मंत्रास आप शेयर करेंगे जो वो कार्ड्स में दिखा रही थी, so that I would like to chant that.
We have this song book. You can order this song. Actually, I can send you the song book. Song book में there are some numbers मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. There is a song book. We have all the mantra 33 manifestations of Kuan Yin. We have a rosary of the Kuan Yin also in the Guru Maharaj's voice. We have, I think Poonam might have for sale also. Some copies,
Okay.
1 or 2 copies. So you can talk to Poonam. We have a rosary booklet also. That Poonam can send you. But all these things are available. Let's talk about it. I think you can get the song book online and then you can do those degrees. But one mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. You know that.
हाँ, आपने ये पहले बताया था.
But other mantras, the 33 manifestation for different manifestation for different situation, like I think we're preventing the war or legal situation or something else. So there is situation is unique. Those 33 manifestation are for those 33 situation that we can give.
और सर एक बात मुझे और पूछनी थी, आप अभी क्वाइटली कम्स द बुद्धा के बारे में बात कर रहे थे सर. ऐसा नहीं है कि क्वाइटली कम्स द बुद्धा मीन्स व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड इज दैट द नॉलेज कम्स टू यू फ्रॉम इनसाइड. यही मतलब है ना कि जैसे सपोज आई डू समथिंग रॉन्ग and I immediately correct my, matlab it thought comes to me ki this is I have gone wrong or I strayed. So that is the meaning of quietly comes the Buddha, that the knowledge comes from within and it will, like, it's not nobody is telling you that, but from inside you know what you have done wrong or right. Is that the meaning?
Yes, it is a meaning, and thank you. Perfect. There are many meanings of every consciousness. It is coming the word of the higher self, from the Buddha self, we can say from your Atma to the soul, and it comes in increments. It's called the knowledge, the three program expand. So you get the meaning only, and when you are ready for it, you'll get. So you're right, it's a perpetual 24/7 in contact, becoming illumination. And I think I'm taking this question to different level. I think Gautama Buddha, I was listening to his dictation. He talked about how he got illumination. He was 49 days. He was sitting under the Bodh tree, and then that moment came. So he was getting this knowledge. Answering your question, little by little. Previous lifetimes also, I heard he had many lifetimes before. He was on this path of Buddhahood. But in that life, 49 days he was getting. But that particular moment, that when his crown chakra burst open, he says he went all the way down to the great central sun, his soul was over there and he just felt like that. So that moment is, so that built up that moment, that dam that broke, that the crown chakra that opened up, he was there and he saw everything everywhere in the consciousness of God. So that final moment perpetually leading to that happened. And that is called that the moment talked about when I was reading that, enlightenment.
ठीक है सर, thank you so much. Thank you, Poonam.
So the 33 manifestations of Kuan Yin can be also obtained if someone has iPhone. There is an app, as the girl mentioned. The app is Kuan Yin 33 manifestations. So if you download the app, you will get the 33 manifestations in audio and in video. Not in Android. Only in Apple.
एक बार दोबारा कहना, मेरी साउंड ना बहुत ज्यादा है, तो मुझे एक बार दोबारा बोलेंगे प्लीज.
Sir, only available on iPhone. The app is only available on iPhone.
It's available on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Only on iPhone.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Any other question? I think we are over the time now. So I think you have any questions, please left over. Please do jot them down. But then, of course, next one is 2014. Then we have a 21st. So all your questions are good. So as many questions as you can have, I think those are good to answer. ठीक है? So can you seal it now? Can you seal it now? Yeah. Okay. Jay, would you like to?
Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah.
Would you like to seal it?
In the name of light of God that never fails, in the name of light of God that never fails, in the name of light of God that never fails, we call to beloved Gautama Buddha, beloved Kuan Yin, beloved Elmora, beloved Archangel Michael to protect us, guide us, to overshadow us during the coming week and coming months, so that we can learn the path of Ruby Ray, and we can learn to forgive and to attain mercy in our life, and to grow towards the path of our ascension. Let it be in dogs who live it. Amen. Om.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. God bless you. And I'll see you hopefully on Tuesday, otherwise on Monday. On Sunday, on 14th. And God bless you. Have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
One thing I want
Thank you,
to
guys.
say is that